Hi, everybody. If you are a high school athlete, you have to do one thing. You have to not chase an athletic scholarship. I know it feels right to you guys. It seems the way to go. Things aren't going your way. I've got a couple of athletes that we've been working with that are moving down the wrong path. They're getting a little bit of trouble. A couple of them are football players. And then we've got some basketball players. I've got some soccer players. I've got some volleyball players. And in my area, I've been holding a couple of classes for them, showing them how to use the software and giving them some tips on, how to get an athletic scholarship, what they should be doing. And we've got some freshmen in our little course. We've got some other kids in there, but I'm watching my seniors, a couple of them just kind of spaz out. Their parents are spazzing out on this thing because they're chasing an athletic scholarship. And the problem is, if you try to chase a scholarship, now you got to rely on other people. And so you got your high school coach. You've got the athletic director. The parents want to complain to the athletic director. They're not letting the kid play. The kid's not playing out of position. They're playing a style. They're not winning. The team's not winning. And your kid's not getting an opportunity to play. I've got the basketball kids, like a girl and a boy, that are playing, and they're not getting playing time. It's preseason right now, so they have time to fix theirs, but they're having the same problem. They're trying to chase a scholarship. They're trying to get too many points. They're trying to, and for the football, I've got kids that are trying to run. They're complaining because the school was set up for a passing offense. So the offensive line is not very good opening up holes, so they're complaining. And so I'm seeing this over and over and over again. It's because you're chasing stats, you're chasing status, you're trying to get noticed or recognized in order to get an athletic scholarship. And when you're a senior, you're into your senior year, now the panic has started, right? You're okay as a junior or sophomore, whatever's going on, because you got time. You see the world a little bit differently. But when you go into that senior year, that panic, you can't do it because you start to chase a scholarship. And if things aren't going your way, then you kind of have a meltdown. And so we want to talk about, okay, if you're not chasing an athletic scholarship, what should you be doing? What's the other alternative? So, by the way, I'm Charles Norman, Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of Athletic SOS. And if you have an athlete, a high school athlete that's trying to get an athletic scholarship, you want to use our software. Down below in the description, I give you a code that you can use. I give you a link to show you what the software kind of does. And then you can use it at absolutely no cost. I've got some cool stuff going on with other vendors that are doing other things that I allow the software to go with them. And it's a higher version of Athletic SOS, but the version that I offer to you guys for just listening to me sit in this park and babble for a while is absolutely will work for you if you're trying to get an athletic scholarship. The other piece is a little bit different. It's more of an educational piece, but this ties into it. It's an educational piece for athletes. That's the difference for us compared to everybody else that's doing something similar. Now, so let's get back to this. If you're not chasing an athletic scholarship, then what should you be doing? And I've said this before. You guys go back and look at videos I've done 3-4 years ago. You want to position yourself. You're trying to choose now. This is the thing I'm envious of today's kids. They get to choose how they're going to live their life. And so you're going to choose to position yourself to be able to get that athletic scholarship. And I know it sounds like a bunch of goobly gop, right? So I'm going to walk it down for you here. Give me a couple of seconds here. And so when I say I envy you guys, the thing is, you guys can now start as little kids. You guys can start from elementary school through junior high into high school. You're setting yourself up. You're positioning yourself for what you want to do for the rest of your life. And I'm on this mission right now. And my mission is I'm going to help you guys leverage youth sports to go on to lead a remarkable life. And it's just position. It's just a pattern. It's just a setup here. And I want you guys to do it. But I'm going to focus today on my high school kids, especially my seniors, and some of the juniors too, that are getting a little bit ahead of their skis because they didn't position themselves where their senior year should be a breeze for them. So how does this work? How are you going to position yourself? So if I always tell this to everybody, I even tell this to my kids and everybody in my family. I always go, what do you see when you're trying to get somewhere? What do you see that other people don't see? I have to do it myself in my business. I was never a businessman. I was a government worker. And so I had to switch over. What do you see that nobody else is looking at? And so let's take the basketball kid. Me and this basketball kid, we've been going at this for a while. And so I told them, I said, all you need to do is average about 15, 16 points a game, and you can play somewhere at the next level. Maybe you don't go high D1 or something like that, but you can get a scholarship. I go, that's just 2 baskets a game. That's 4 points a quarter. Can you get 4 points a quarter? Can you hustle up? So they're not running plays for you. They're all shooting 3-pointers. You're a slashing type player, which is this kid's situation. He could shoot, but he's not a 3-point shooter. So this offense revolves around shooting 3-pointers, but he can handle the ball. He can get to the basket. And I said, all you got to do is, if you're going in, you're driving in, you're kicking the ball out, you know they're going to shoot a three. Position yourself. You know which way you pass the ball. You should be on the other side ready. Maybe you get some tip-ins. Maybe you get some rebounds. Get those numbers up. But all you try to do is, maybe if you grab a rebound, you just go up as strong as you can. Maybe you get fouled. You get a couple of free throws. Just every single quarter, all you're trying to do is put the ball in the basket at least 2 times. That gives you 16 points. I go, look at the world a little bit differently than the way you want to look at it. Yes, you don't get to be fancy and do all this other stuff and do what you can do, breaking down and throwing up floaters and doing all that stuff. That's not what they want you to do, so you sit on the bench. That's doing you no good. What do you see that you can go and contribute to and get where you want to get to anyway? For the football kid, running back, they've already kind of messed themselves up on this, and we're going to try to fix it on the back end with some unsigned senior stuff, but the kid's a great running back. And so they're at a school that passes the ball. Again, same situation the basketball player, if you really think about it. And so when they do try to run the ball, the offensive line was designed for its pass protection. It's not heavy, open up these big holes type kid. It's more agile, more basketball player type football players, if you ask me. But they're good at what they do. Quarterback's really good. And so me and the parent talking about that, I said, how come they didn't spend the summer working on pass catching? I don't know anything about their teams when they come and they work with us. I'm just talking to them about trying to get an athletic scholarship. I said, you should have spent the summer being that back that can block a little bit and can catch out of the backfield, because this kid is sharing time now with another running back that does exactly that. They can catch the ball. They're the swing passes. They can go out, they can delay, they can block, they can chip, and then go out and be a down, somebody that's the check down person. And then they catch the ball and they know how to turn and run. This kid doesn't do that. This kid's a great running back, but they're not what this team needs. And so the other choice is always, I could just leave here. But I don't think you have to do that. I think you look at your situation. What do you see that no one's talking about that can get you in position to where you want to go next? And this goes from sport to sport, from team to team, from coach to coach, athletic director to athletic director. It doesn't matter. When you chase something, you're relying on 2 different people. The person is in charge. So for the high school coach, think about the high school coach. If they let you run roughshod over them as the parent, as the player, they got kids coming behind that are watching that. And I got to go through this every single year. So they don't have to do that. They're not going to lose their job because you didn't get your athletic scholarship. And what if they're the athletic director? You want to run to the athletic director. The athletic director hears this every year from every sport on the campus. There's a parent that feels like they're not getting their due justice here. And so maybe the athletic parent and the athletic director and the coach, maybe they're good friends. Maybe they're okay with each other. Maybe they don't like a bunch of parents or kids coming in there whining them every year because they hear it year after year after year. You're relying on that coach, that athletic director, to see it your way. And they already don't see it your way. So I don't know exactly how you're going to win that battle. And then you're doing the same thing with the college coach. You're hoping that college coach comes and gives you the benefit of the doubt because you're not playing. Why aren't you playing at your high school? And so you're relying on them to try to read between the lines and figure out what's going on. Oh, this kid is super talented. Something must be going on with that coach or that athletic director. In fact, every college coach that was looking to recruit you, they're going to go talk to that high school coach. They kind of got you. Now, you could switch schools, but I don't know anybody wants to switch schools in their senior year. That just is going to be a tough run anyway, unless you just really knew this was going to happen. You're coming out of your junior year into the summer, and you make that move then. It's still going to be an uphill climb, but it is an alternative. But I don't know if that's what you need to do. If it is what you need to do, you have to do it. But again, you're just positioning yourself. But I would say almost anybody can figure out a way to contribute in a way to get on the field, and then you made up for it by going to showcases and combines and viewing tournaments through your sophomore, junior, and by the time you get to your senior year, that that college coach has seen enough that they go, okay, I know what this kid can do. Yeah, they're having a not so good of a senior year. I can see what's going on. I don't know why the coach doesn't use them more. I've seen what they can do. That's positioning. That's where you're already in kind of in a driver's seat because you thought about this a few years earlier. Anything could happen in your senior year. You want to be already solidified by the time you get to your senior year. And so Well, let's go a little bit deeper on this positioning thing, because this is why I keep telling you guys are in an era for the rest of your lives. You're going to be in this positioning situation. So if I'm a elementary school, let's go all the way back to elementary school. I'm an elementary school parent. First thing I want to do with my kid is before they no, let's go further. Yeah, they're 5, 6, 7 years old. They're going to start playing for the first time. I'm not letting my kid go out there and go out for football or baseball, basketball, football, soccer, whatever it is, and they don't understand the sport. They don't know the rules. They don't know the equipment. They don't know anything about the sport. They don't know how to train. They have no skill development. I'm not doing that. We're going to go out. I know I'm going to sign you up this year. We're going to go out and figure out, okay, what do you need to know about this sport? Even if I have to go online and find some video somewhere, and then we're going to come out to the field. You're going to be familiar with the game, with the equipment, enough to where you walk out there, you're not confused when they tell you to do something real quick. That's number one. Number two, I'm going to find out what kind of athlete you are, what kind of sport makes the most sense for you. Which sport are you natural with? There's a list of, if you use the software, there's a list of sports that all get athletic scholarships. You don't have to play one of the major sports to get an athletic scholarship. There is a sport for every kid that they just naturally are attuned to. It just fits who they are, how they think. And it's not, oh, I'm an athlete over here, or I'm a non-athlete, as far as movement and speed and agility and all those kind of things. You can still play probably any sport and not even have that, because you're technically, the way you think, the way you move, you're one step ahead of everybody. You can still survive. In fact, you can do really well. I think the thing that I see the most for kids that struggle is that they physically aren't in position to play that sport. It's a kid whose parents are 5'7" and 5'5", decides basketball is going to be their sport. Those kind of things. Or the kid's super skinny, parents are super skinny, grandparents are super skinny, and they go out and they try to play a sport like maybe football or something. Yeah, I guess you could bulk up, but there's a bunch of kids that already have that size and they can play. And then it's going to be tough for you to make it, at least to the collegiate level. Maybe you can play high school, but these are the things you're trying to figure out. So you need to try a bunch of different things. You can tell how your kid moves. Are they sort of a blocky type kid? Are they real kind of lean kid? Are they a really great athlete? Are they fast? Are they quick? Are they a combination of that? When they move, or is their coordination really good early? Because you want to try to get them to an early start, because what happens is people recognize that early and they want to nurture that. And so they'll come after the kid. They'll give you breaks on training because they want to be the one that made this kid great. This kid could be good, but I want to help make this kid great. I want them in my fold. I want to take credit for that, because I can go on now as a trainer or as a coach or as a travel club program. I can say, hey, look who came through our program. And so you want to get that early. And then when you get into your junior high school year, now you're starting to work on a couple of things. One, you're focused. You're super focused on, okay, this is a sport that can get me to the collegiate level. All right. So if you're focused on that, then what you're trying to do is a little bit different, because now you're going to get a trainer. What size am I going to be? What position do you think I'm going to be playing? What kind of skills can I develop to separate me from everybody else that's playing this sport that I'm in? That's where you're starting to mold. And I don't want to make this video too long, but I'm just trying to get you in this mindset. And then by the time I'm getting to high school, I'm ready to come out of junior high, I'm going to high school, I'm all about positioning. Okay, maybe I have to play Frost Soft. Our high school that I'm going to go to, that's a strong high school. I'm not making varsity in my freshman year. Probably maybe not even my sophomore year. So now I'm positioning. If I am going to make that, it's a little bit less positioning. Then I'm going to figure out, okay, who do I need to be for college? What position I need to be? But I got to do what my coach needs me to do in high school. I can't fight that. So I'm going to start working on my off-season stuff. What travel club program is going to let me play that position I'm going to play at the collegiate level? Are you guys seeing what positioning is? So this is where you want to go. And then, of course, you're going to use Athletic SOS, because I'm going to find the schools that have what I want as I move forward. So let's get away from the athlete part of it. Okay, what else am I positioning for? Remember, we want to have a remarkable life. As I'm going through from the elementary school, as I'm starting to discover other sports, I'm going to discover sports that are outside of my normal area. I live in the inner part of my city or whatever. I'm going to go by the water. I'm going to learn how to sail. I'm going to learn how to maybe do some rowing. Maybe I'm going to learn something in equestrian. Maybe I'm going to learn something in archery. Maybe I'm going to learn something. There's all these sports I get an opportunity to do, but I can still play baseball, basketball, football, soccer, volleyball, the regular sports. Maybe I want to take a stab at gymnastics. Whatever it is that you want to do, look on that list that's inside of Athletic SOS as you're registering. You got to choose one sport with what I'm giving you guys now, but I want you guys to see there's all these options, but I'm going to get to know people that are over there. This is where I'm starting to position myself for the remarkable life piece of it. Okay. And then as we go places, I'm going to these tournaments, I'm in these events, I'm going, even from a little kid, as I'm starting to do this, What else can I do while I'm out there? What else am I as a kid or the parent? What do I see my kids interested in? What's in that location while we're going out there? I'm going to go visit some of those things. Who are the other kids that I connect with on this team or just trying out something? Who are those kids? Do I have their phone number? Are we going to call? We could be lifelong friends, all because I play sports and I happen to be somewhere and they were there too. I'm not going to isolate myself with just my team, or if it's an individual sport, I'm not going to be in my cocoon because we're competitors. You're in elementary school, you're in junior high school. Okay, yeah, you want to win, but you've separated your life from being able to go out and play with your friends up and down the street to playing this sport. Why would you neglect connecting with some people that are going through the same thing you're going to? Because that is something you're sacrificing for. So take advantage of it at the same time. And so as I'm in junior high, I mentioned earlier, yeah, I'm going to try to find a trainer that's going to train me for what I'm going to do when I move forward to high school and to college. And so now I'm thinking a little bit differently, right? When I go to get my trainer, I'm not trying to do this big group training. I'm trying to find somebody that focuses on what I need to do. You want to find the skill in the sport that you've chosen in junior high school. What is the field? What is the area of that is really the key to the sport? Basketball, can you shoot? Yeah, I know you can rebound, you can ball handle, you can break people down, you can defend. You're really great at that. But really putting the ball in the basket is the key. How am I going to do that? And I need to fix that in a way where I can be somebody that they're going to allow me to do that later on. I'm playing baseball. I need to be able to hit the ball. I know you need to field. I know you need to be able to run the base. I know you need to be able to do all these other things, throw, all that kind of stuff. But baseball, if you get up the bat and you hit the ball and you hit it far, do I want to hit home runs? Do I have that kind of power? Is that something I need to work on? Is that a technique? Can I find a coach that works on that in particular? So these are the kind of things you're positioning. I have to do it. It's not just you guys. I'm in business. I'm learning how to position myself to be successful. And it takes a little while to get there. But once you start getting it, it starts to make sense to you. The next thing you guys need to be doing, social media, huge now for the future. People need to know you exist, right? So you want to start building up. Remember, we're trying to have a remarkable life. So if you start as early as junior high school, to me, start putting yourself on film. You don't even have to release anything. Just learn, get some equipment, go out there, start working on your nutrition, start working on how your workouts are going to be. What do you need to work on? Talk about it. Talk to the camera about what you're doing and why you're doing it this way. What are you looking at? What do you see that everybody else is not paying attention? What is super custom to you as far as how you're approaching this thing? And so these are things you're going to start doing, and this is going to pay dividends way into the rest of your life. Youth sports is the path to a remarkable life. I am telling you guys, I am watching it happen over and over again. The world is not the same as it was for when we were coming up. That's why I'm kind of envious of you guys in some ways. But on the other hand, I can see where all of the anxiety is coming, where there's no guaranteed route. You know, you could do everything right, go get an athletic scholarship, go to college, get great grades, graduate, go get a master's degree, and then somebody will lay you off, and you were making, $80,000, $150,000 a year, and all of a sudden they can't use you anymore. Oh, but we do like what you do, so come back. We'll pay you 50,000, 60,000. That's what's happened to a lot of people I know in the tech field. They've been doing this for decades, and they're getting laid off, and then they're being asked to come back because they're good at what they do. Oh, should that be illegal? Maybe we should force the companies to do it. But that's not how the world's going to work moving forward. You're going to have to be in position. You're going to have alternatives. You're going to have some other things that you're working on. I know I go down this path over and over again, but this is a passion for me, for young people, for parents. I hope this gets into your head. Yes, you can do whatever you want. And then I've got the parents that didn't even let their kids play this year. They think this is nonsense. They think their kids need to go and get academic scholarships. Stop worrying about athletics. It's throwing them off. They should spend more time doing some things in the neighborhood so they can pad up their application for trying to get into a specific college. I get it. You're the parent. You do whatever you want to do, but you've got a kid who has the ability to do something completely different, and you're taking it away. That makes zero sense to me. Let them play. That sets them apart from everybody else. The fact that your kid played at the collegiate level, even if they play a year or two, sets them apart from everybody else that's going into that interview later on or trying to get into that college. If that college has an athletic program, imagine your kid being able to get in over a kid that has a 4.5 GPA. Your kid's got a 4.0. Yay, I'm glad. They're a great student, but now they're an athlete too. They beat that other kid out. You got to position yourself and do what's best, and then let your kid enjoy their childhood too. I know as a parent, your thing is, hey, you guys are getting too caught up in this. It's your education is going to make the difference. Yes, maybe it will. Maybe it will be the difference, but it's not putting you in a position that's separate from all the other kids that did what you did. I tell everybody this about sports. Sports is the only thing everybody can't participate in, especially once you get to high school. I'm not even talking about college. Everybody can't make the team. Everybody can get A's for the most part. I know there's always outliers. Everybody that can study, they can get a tutor if they're struggling in a particular subject, but they could get A's. Everybody can put that effort in. Maybe some have to work a little bit harder than others, but everybody can't make the team. And so that sets you apart. Let your kid have what sets them apart, because it makes a big difference as you move forward in life. Okay, I can go down this path over and over and over again, but the real key here is do not chase an athletic scholarship. It will not turn out the way you want it to turn out. What you want to do is you want to choose. So don't chase, you're going to choose. And your choices are, I'm going to position myself to be able to do all the things I want to do, and no one's going to be able to block me because I prepared over time. And if you're a senior, then now you got to start looking for unsigned senior opportunities for combine and showcase and things like that. You need to be using our software. You should have already had coaches that were looking at you, and our software will allow you to take your academic information, the sports you play, the level you believe you can participate at the collegiate level. I'll show you the schools that you qualify to attend that have your sport and offer scholarships for it. And that's where you start. And then you start to find a school that fits you. Remember, choices. We're choosing, we're positioning. And then we want to let those coaches know we're interested in them. Maybe you get your high school coach, your travel club coach to reach out on your behalf. And now you guys got this college coach that knows that you want to come play for them, that you academically qualify to go to their school. And now you're going to, they're going to come see if you can play at that level. And they may find you before you hit your junior year, your senior year, and they're just following along now at this point. And now you can relax and you don't have to fight your coach for yards or points or shot, whatever it is you're playing. Right? You don't have to fight them anymore. You're in good shape. Just do what they're asking you to do it to the best of your ability. And then what do you see that will allow you to get the numbers that you're trying to get? What do I need to do to adjust to my game that summer before my senior year to make sure I'm in the field of play? Because if you're not in the field of play, no one can discover you. And then maybe you do get discovered by somebody, and all these other plans you made, just you didn't even have to do it. You were going to get discovered anyway. But okay, but you've got an out. You've got some other alternative. Play the game you love, enjoy it, especially in your senior year. That should be your glory year. That should be the year where you're the person, your maturity is set in. You're helping the younger kids kind of find their way, that you walk through that campus, you are the person, male or female. And you're going to start using that notoriety, your ability, your position on the campus to help out and reach out to some of the other kids that are maybe a little bit awkward. But if they know you, and you acknowledge them as you walk to the campus, you change their lives. These are the things that being an athlete gives you the ability to do. And I hope it turns you into that type of person. And then you start moving forward with that. People are watching you all the time. People see you. You are the person that people coalesce around. So can you be that great person? Can you be a good person? Can you take your skill set, your ability, natural born or hard work, I don't care which one it is, can you take that and help others? What do you see that everybody's not seeing? And then that's going to lead you into the rest of your life. All right, you guys, I've probably been talking way too long here. Best of luck to you guys in all your endeavors, everything that you're trying to do. The code is down below, instructions for how to use the code, and I usually leave a link there. Go look at Athletic SOS. You cannot sign up for it from the Athletic SOS page. You have to follow the instructions that I give you guys down below. Anybody just hits our site, they won't even know what to do. It doesn't even look like anything's there. But the software is rock solid, I promise you. And then I don't sell your information to anybody. I am coming up with some products that I want to kind of reach out to you guys to help us keep this going, to fund it. One of them is my Hawk athlete, and that is a big deal for us. What is your and? I know you're an athlete. What's your and? Who else are you? What are you all about? I want you guys to see that. I want you guys to see somebody else wearing our gear and then go, hey, what's going on? I know who you are. I know what kind of person you are. It's on our Hawk Mindset website. It's not the way I want it right now, but it's there. But I'm going to start doing some advertising with that stuff too. And then just move forward on everything that you're trying to do, but be that person, position yourself for success, and we'll meet our whole goal of letting you lead a remarkable life. All right, guys. Talk to you next week. Bye.